Hi, how you doing? Okay, this video is about the question, but Angie, how can you be into the Bible and Rasta and all these things as a transgender person? It's a good question. The quick answer is there's nowhere I can go anyway. Like so like I've given my whole life to Rastafari and to Ethiopia, you know? Jamaica has been known to stone LGBT people to death. The Rastas, if you listen to them, they're just as bad as anyone else. Have you noticed nowadays when you ask someone what's wrong with the world, transgender people come up? I mean, even though we're like less than 1% of the humans, we're like this insignificant part of humans. For some reason, it's such a big threat that it has to do with everything that's wrong with the world. Even though we have real problems, war, global warming, an economic collapse, all the problems we have, and transgender people come up like it's like the whole thing, you know. It doesn't matter what religion it is, you know. Jamaica, Rastas, no, they don't have anything good to say. Ethiopia, East Africa, that's like one of the most violent places in the world if you're LGBT. They have the right to just stone you to death on the streets. If I went to Ethiopia, they might just kill me the second they see me. The Middle East, because I love Jerusalem and Mary and Jesus, and same thing. All those religious people would have me dead, you know. The prophets of the Bible that I've spent my life studying and loving, like all those people, if you could bring them in real life, probably would think I should be killed, you know. Like no matter, like my own family, you know, like they don't want to see me killed, my mom and dad, but if you were gonna arrest me or something because I'm transgender, they would say, yeah, she made that choice, you know. Socially, you know, people are okay with it, that's just fine, or they don't care. But you can tell that they don't really understand. I'm not understood, and there's not the love that comes with being understood anywhere I go. There's nowhere I can go, you know. My son gets it. That's even though we don't have a lot in common because he's just into video games. That's like there's, you know, it's just because I raised him, you know, and the love and respect that comes with that, I have that, but really there's nowhere I can go. There's Haile Selassie. Personally, I feel like Haile Selassie would love me. Haile Selassie does love me. Yahushua loves me and Mary loves me. Not, you know, like Mary, her job is to love everybody, so that, you know, that's a given. And Yahushua knows and respects what it's like to be completely misunderstood and to fight for it anyway, out of love for everybody else. And then the Haile Selassie didn't. He had other things on his mind, you know. Like there were gay people and things like that, but you never hear him talk about it. He never said anything that has anything to do with it because it's just not. That's just like he was interested in uniting the world. He's interested in progress. Those type of things. Just like he has other things that are important to worry about and think about. At least, you know, he might think it's a little bit like but no. When Haile Selassie sees how much I love him, you know, and as he sees. I mean, he knows me, you know. Sometimes I think I see him. I'll be like in a crowd and I'll go, whoa, I think I just saw Haile Selassie over there, you know, in the corner of my eye. Sometimes I think I see Haile Selassie in places looking at me, and I can feel him looking at me, and he's impressed. He likes me because he knows that how much I love him. I trust Haile Selassie, and you know, but really there's nowhere I can go. There's no, you know, I find a guy, date a guy, you know, there's lots of guys that like me. I hope I can find a guy that I just completely trust, you know, but they seem to kind of, you're just like very sexual to them, you know, It's not real super intimate. And when I talk with other trans women or learn of other trans women, trans women were always in abusive relationships. You don't hear of too many good relationships, I don't know how much, I still will involve myself with men, even though they're horribly dangerous and who knows what, because I got to, I guess, or something. I don't know. But I will get a dog and maybe one day even a cat and an iguana. Those are the animals I'd like to be friends with. Then that'll be a fun place to go. I still have places to go, nature, camping alone with my dog, but when it comes to humans and their deities and their prophets and things like that, there's nowhere I can go anyway. I might as well just find what I believe in, and then there's the cannabis thing, as a Rasta. So then I find Rasta and become a Rasta because that matches what I believe, even things since they go beyond because they said so and things like that. And, then there's that disrespect there where it's cannabis, that's just a bunch of stoners and, So just on so many levels, there's nowhere I can go anyway. I might as well decide what I believe and know why I believe it, and then just appreciate that and respect myself for myself and love myself for myself, and just I have to be a kind of a self-contained unit. That's why it's a good question, But Angie, how could you do that? Yeah, and then I hang out with other transgender people. I haven't done that very many times, but they're either going to be Mormon and they're the Mormon ones seem frustrated. Well, the Mormon church will evolve, with us. You just have to stick with it. Don't give up on, No, I'm not. I don't believe in the Mormon church. I'm just not a Mormon. It's just not the truth, It's not what I believe. And then, then be atheist, what about atheist, or be a witch? But then now you believe in Joseph or Jesus and Mary and Ali Selassie, for religiously and, they're mad I'm not atheist. They're not so much. I might get a little more understanding, but probably not. There's probably not really anywhere I can go. It's probably not healthy for me to need, even if I go to a professional psychologist. Now that it's a political stunt. I can make them look good by pretending they understand me. There's nowhere I can go in the human species. There's nowhere I can go. People, they don't get that loving and that understanding. So it's why should I expect that or want that? There's nowhere I can go.